everyone, Darren here. Today I am going to watch Captain Miller. Today is its opening day. It is another late night. I'm starting to become more of a night vlogger for these movie reacts, these movie reviews, which is, I mean, that might be my thing, who knows. As always, it's been a long day, finished work, I got a little bit of dinner, and now I'm driving to the 8:50 p.m. screening of Captain Miller. It is the first screening in my city, so I'm excited. It's interesting weather. It is currently 36 degrees, so quite hot, 36 degrees Celsius. But it is raining, and there's a thunderstorm. So it is, it's quite intense weather. I don't know if you guys saw that thunderstorm just then. I did react to the trailer not that long ago, and it was a pretty exciting trailer. I was very interested. It is one of the movies I was looking forward to this year. I was choosing between two movies to watch tonight because they're both screened at the same time. Captain Miller or Merry Christmas, starring Katrina Kaif and VJ. In the end, today I feel more like an action period drama. In the trailer, I saw some very creative action scenes along with some creative music choices and merging them in a really engaging way. Number two, this is supposed to be a historical drama, a historical action movie. Unfortunately, my history is not very strong. I know very basic, surface level stuff. You know, you viewers, you commenters have been really nice in patiently informing me of certain historical context and cultural information, and that's really helpful. And I have to apologize in advance if I say anything that comes off as ignorant. I'm still trying to learn, but I'm very excited for this action movie. Oh, lightning again. Okay, given that the weather's not too great, I'm gonna focus on driving. So we'll see you guys at cinemas. Oh man, I'm gonna have to run in the rain. But rain and thunder and lightning won't stop me from watching this movie.
Money transfers and save with no HSBC.
Sir, Musharraf is threatening with a nuclear attack.
Thank you.
The real hero never lets his fear of death overpower his honor.
நீ நாட்டுக்காக சேர்ந்த அவன் மரியாதைக்காக சேர்ந்தான்.
ஏன் பேர் கொடுத்திருக்காங்க?
இல்ல. நம்ம ஊருக்கே போயிடலாம். நம்ம ஊரா? உங்க ஊரு.
At the intermission, pretty serious film. I like it. I like this movie so far. It's engaging. I found myself being very into this movie. I'm very into the narrative. It's a very simple plot about a rebel fighter, but he's a very deep character, very complex. So, yeah, I'm enjoying this film. It's a different type of enjoyment to the action films. I thought this was going to be a very intense, explosive action film, and it's intense, and there's explosions, but it's more of a historic historical narrative, a fictional historical narrative, under the guise of action. So very cool.
Devil. I am the devil, and you will call me Captain Miller.
So I'm driving home now, just finished watching Captain Miller, and yeah, this was, I'd recommend this movie. It's quite engaging, it's got a very good narrative, it's quite intense. I'd say out of the movies I've watched in recent memory, this one was definitely on the more serious side of things. This movie had very powerful scenes. I think that's the only way that I can describe it. This movie has powerful moments where, you know, it's a very serious topic. The history of India pre-independence, the British taking over, and you know, there's a lot of cruelty involved in this whole period of history. Now, Captain Miller, the movie is about Captain Miller, right? And he's a very tragic character. He lost his dad before he even knew him. His mother died as a result of his brother, who was a freedom fighter, coming home. Yeah, tragic character. The way he's portrayed, the actor, amazing. There's just so much pain and guilt and anguish in his acting. So the movie jumps forward and back between different periods of Captain Miller's life. It starts off with him being, you know, in a gang fighting against the British and just being, you know, ruthless. He's just destroying his enemies. He locks them all in a room and just guns them down, but for good reason, because someone from his village was beaten and killed by these people. And then it goes back in time and shows a younger version of Captain Miller. His name is Issa, and he's just like a village boy. He's young, he's mischievous, and then everything changes when he meets this girl. He decides to join the army. His heart gets broken, but he joins the army regardless. Initially for selfish reasons, I suppose, because he wanted respect. He wanted to create his own life. He didn't respect the rulers of the royalty of India. And you know, his brother, who's a freedom fighter, disapproved heavily. So why would you join the British? They are destroying and taking over our country. And then he makes the argument of, they will let me eat at their table. They will give me boots to wear. So it was interesting to see that perspective. I didn't think they'd offer that perspective, but they did. And then they showed a bit of his life in the military training. You meet different types of people who've joined up. You've got another like local farmer type of person who's very innocent, who joined the army without really realizing what was going to be involved and what was going to be demanded of him. You join someone that's a bit more level-headed, and then you get like the fanatic who will do anything that the commander tells them to. And then they get deployed to their first mission and they are made to do something horrendous. They are made to slaughter innocent people, their own people, and they had no idea this is what they had to do. And that was such a tragic, powerful, emotional scene. The music was haunting. It was hard to watch, but you can't take your eyes off. And you see Issa like close his eyes while he is made to do the unthinkable. And then you see the toll, the shock, the PTSD causing the innocent soldier to take his own life, causing Issa to kill the commander and then almost take his own life until he's saved by his friend. And on the flip side, you see the fanatic just be totally into it and killing the innocents as he is told to. If you boil it down, it's just about a tragic character from a village who's hated by his village for doing such evil things, but he's also not accepted in the military that he went to because he defected from them. He disapproved of what they did. So he's a man of no home, and he's forced to carry that burden and guilt. Everyone thinks he's a bad guy, and he's only known for killing. And he admits to himself, you know, Issa died, Captain Miller is all that's left. He's just a corpse wandering around. He is a tragic, tragic character. I loved how each character developed in their own way. Unlike other movies that tend to have the main character and then the supporting characters, in this movie you have Captain Miller, who's definitely the protagonist or the main character, but then you have so many other characters with their own story, their own strong personalities and motivations. And not just male characters, which we see a lot, female characters too. We see the doctor character, we see the other rebel fighter, a young rebel fighter. It's progressive to see. It's one of the things that I look for in these type of movies, and I think it definitely ticks those boxes. You really do root for these people. I actually found myself so interested and so engaged in the narrative, in the scenes, that I actually stopped filming for my vlog. At one point I stopped writing notes down and I was just watching the movie because I was just so in the moment. A lot of memorable scenes from the one I mentioned, the tragedy where Issa's made to kill innocents. There's also the action scene where they had to take back the stolen treasure from the temple, and it's a chase scene with a motorbike. Like I said, this is a dramatic, serious, historical drama action film, but the action, holy moly, the action's really good. It is well choreographed. I loved how the camera is zooming in and out and showing us everything, but still focuses on the character narrative by zooming on their faces. It's very well done. The look of Captain Miller is iconic as well. I loved, he just looks like a simple guy, but then the way his hair's tied, his beard, there's a red scarf. The red scarf is so, I don't know how to describe it. It feels like what a hero has, like a lone hero has that red scarf. And especially when he's riding the motorbike, definitely the perfect image of that rebel leader. Another character that stuck with me, even though he was a minor character, was the prince's or the king's guard, the captain guard, I think. He was quite stoic, a man of few words, but his actions said a lot about him. How he disapproved of, you know, his superior's actions, but he's a man of loyalty, so he follows them through. But you can see him fighting against all of it, and in the end he does come around and he makes the decision to support Captain Miller. There's just so many things to say about this movie. I'm sure I've missed a lot, but I'm now home. It is past midnight. You know, even the camera can't even see me properly at this point. You're probably just watching me in the dark. Great movie. I'd recommend it. I'm glad I watched it. There was a lot of strong emotions. There were a lot of strong characters there, good action scenes, good dialogue, amazing music. And, you know, something that's really small to some people, but the setting, the scenery that it's all in, it's pretty much just outdoors. It's in a few settings, but it doesn't get stale. It's very refreshing. That background is beautiful to see. The rocky formations, the villages, the temples. Yeah. Great movie. Captain Miller. I'd recommend it. Guys, please watch it. And guys, that's it for me. Hopefully you've enjoyed this vlog, this day one reaction. If you like our stuff, as always, please comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know if you guys have watched Captain Miller and your thoughts, because there is a lot to say and I failed to say it in this video. All right, take care guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.